Good afternoon, everybody. We're in Boston, in front of the Boston Public Library. As you can see, this is our peaceful protest against Democrat violence. We're still arriving, we're still coming in. We're barely even getting started and there's already opposition.
Mark said they're getting violent over here. I don't want to try to catch it.
Absolutely. Okay, so the fun has already begun. No sooner did we start our peaceful protest against Democrat violence than the Joe Biden supporters already have started trying to be violent with us. You can imagine my surprise. Again, if you're joining us now, we're live in Copley Square in Boston, peaceful protest against Democrat violence. Naturally, the opposition is here and they're already trying to get violent. That didn't take long, did it? Thankfully, we got some guys here helping to keep everything safe and peaceful.
That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys rock.
Not every proud patriot gets to be 270 pounds, so.
You got about 100 pounds on me. Yeah.
Protect the young people. You got five barricades. Don't y'all come over here and have a conversation.
We didn't set up the barricades, man.
Okay, but Joe,
okay, so the reason why we got these barriers is to keep you from attacking us. We're doing a peaceful protest here. The only reason these barricades are up is because of people like you.
What are you gonna do?
Do you want to have a conversation? You're going to keep yelling.
You guys don't believe in a free exchange.
I'm not going to shut the fuck up.
Free exchange of ideas.
Nope.
Only your ideas are allowed in this society. That's
gonna make it.
This is already getting interesting. They're already calling us white supremacists.
Because they're doing their job. Thank you for your service, officer. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
Really appreciate you.
Do we have people to handle that? I thought that the whole thing was sort of a event where you have. What I'm saying is I should be able to have a clash with the protesters in person, and they have a separation here.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I want to have a conversation with them.
No, go over there where it's set up.
I see what you're saying. You're trying.
You're in the event. You're in the event.
I'm an organizer. Part of this is the clash. What's your name, sir? Goldrick, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. So we've already got the opposition harassing our officers. That didn't take long either. Oh yeah. I thought Obama started that.
Can I take a picture?
You'd be helping us, but not engaging them. So if,
Okay.
I understand what.
you helping me with that weird ring?
What's that?
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Media just happened.
Yeah, we'll just catch as many faces as we can.
We're moving in.
Okay. We're moving in. All right, that was interesting. So now back to the main event. If you're just joining us, the opposition are here. We're trying to have a peaceful protest against Democrat violence. And the left is here trying to be violent, trying to scream and trying to confront the police and doing all those things. Which is exactly what we expected. So I'm going to wander around and we're just going to take a look at what we got here.
Day.
someday. God bless us today.
My apologies, I can't respond to your comments because I can't really read them. Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, look at this crazy little truck. Oh my goodness. I'm black, not stupid.
I hope you get paid for that.
Yeah, you know, those George Soros dollars, you know.
Hey!
Get an interesting
Why you
cast
got
of characters.
Biden's jumpsuit?
He's got Biden's jumpsuit.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, let's get all of that. So they're calling us white supremacists, but let's take a look and see who we actually have here, folks. We have people of color. There's one. Yep, there's one. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Yep. Oh, let's go look for the Yep, here we go. More diversity. As usual, we're actually more diverse than the opposition. When you look at the other side, they're largely white middle-class kids, for the most part.
We're about to get started in about 10 minutes here. If you're still trying to get in to the event, the entrance is across from the... Okay, we'll try it again. If you're still trying to get into the event, the entrance is across from the Westin. We are here today to peacefully protest against Democrat violence. We are hoping that there is no Democrat violence today.
We don't care.
This guy right here.
If you would like to hold a Trump sign, a straight pride flag, or an American flag or a Trump flag, we have plenty of those for you. Just come see us up front.
Mic check?
Check 1, 2.
Make sure they're not actually press.
No, he's not. Yeah, no, because he's got the Space Invader thing.
Camden.
Fucked up what they did at Staples.
I'm not gonna be stupid, I'm gonna be doing the same shit. It doesn't
Just to piggyback off of what my associate Mark was here just saying, once we kick off this event, I ask that the supporters who are inside the security area here turn around and face the library and put your backs to the protesters because they are here to steal the limelight. We don't want to let them do that. So once we get started, we're going to just turn around and ignore them, and we're going to carry on with our event as planned. Once again, if you're trying to get in here, the entrance is on the western side. If you're looking at the library, you want to go to the left-hand side of the library to gain entry. You will see a gaggle of protesters and police. You have to get through the protesters to get in here. So please, don't be shy, come on in. Thank you.
What's your sign say? Oh, I love it. Yeah, the hoodies are good. The haters are all over there.
And then I'm like, I'll put the straight pride colors in there too.
I didn't do shit. I never took no way. There you go. There's that fucking stereotypical nonsense. Racist Rachel, y'all. Make some noise for Racist Rachel. She just said I killed somebody. I've never killed anybody in my life. Oh, yeah, shut up. Shut your face. Shut your face, lady. Look at the black lady back there shucking and jiving for some likes. Go ahead. I see you, sister. I see you, sister, shucking and jiving for some likes. I see you, sister, shucking and jiving. This is life. This is massive noise, man.
An interesting argument considering we have more diversity than they do.
You like us to stand here and be ignorant, master? You gotta do it. Well, we got a fucking man. Okay. Does matter, you're absolutely right.
Let me see your sign.
Doesn't even like him either, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Weirdo.
So far, so good.
That's what I'm putting. Yeah, do right for America once again.
Yep.
This one's not going. No, because look, they're fucking, look, they're zip tied. This is fine. We can just go. That's fine. They're all zip tied. They're all zip. The whole. I'm not ready.
We got a problem.
Hey, DPD, they're moving barricades. They're pulling the barricades away.
Come on!
I hope you all make some arrests today because if you let this go on, they're going to get away with whatever they want.
Everyone is against me!
Hey, supporters of this event, keep your head on a swivel because they might be trying to distract us from something.
Come closer! Come closer, tough guy! I'll rip your head off!
Hey, when we start, we're going to try to face this way. I'm not saying right now, but just when we start, because we don't want that to be, that's what the event's about. They're going to be violent, let them be violent. But if they come over here, yes. I just want people to see.
The people on the left and the right-hand side of the secure area, keep your eyes out for anything and try to get my attention so I can put it out through the loudspeakers if something happens.
Yeah, hey, I did for me.
Just to make a statement, this is a peace rally, and that's what we're here for, is peace for all citizens. We want peace and equality and freedom, and that's why we're here.
Just to recap what happened a minute ago,
There are children present too,
the
so
opposition just dragged the barricade to their side of the street, probably in anticipation of trying some stuff later on. So we're going to keep an eye on them, but we're going to have our rally. We're not going to be silenced. They're going to try to silence us. We're not going to be silenced.
and rising. We ain't gonna get nowhere with violence. Stop the violence.
Drag the barricade all over. Yeah.
We're the people and we declare we won't jeopardize our freedom. We'll stand up and we'll defend the rights that we have in the Constitution.
Fuck you!
America, fuck the
Sons of bitches.
yeah, this is America.
Fuck you!
Well, this is America.
Keep your head on a swivel like Sam said.
They do whatever they want. It's being live streamed.
Hey, BBC, we have the...
Here it goes, here it goes! Democrat violence! Democrat violence! Fuck that bitch up! Fuck that bitch up! Fuck that bitch up!
Not united, fuck up their plan. But we've got to take back our land. Wake up and take part to take back the heart of our nation. This is America, ugly I think. Yeah, this is America, let freedom ring. This is America, ugly I think.
You know, guys,
Hey,
we're
supporters
the
of
peaceful
Super
ones.
Happy Fun America, if the police are there and they are handling it, please come back into the secure area. Let BPD handle it.
I'm not going out there. Thank you. Yeah, this is
This is a peaceful rally, I must repeat. It's a peaceful rally for peace. For peace in our streets. We're all regular citizens and we don't want to be afraid to be in the streets and expressing ourselves. We all have a right to express ourselves. And everybody's here gathered for the same thing, for the right to express yourselves. Nobody should be attacked for that. There's so many out there fighting and rioting. We ain't gonna get nowhere with violence. Stop the violence. We're the people and we declare you won't jeopardize our freedom. We'll stand up and defend the rights that we have in the Constitution. This is America, property I think. This is America, let freedom ring. Well, this is America, property I sing. Yeah, this is America, let freedom ring.
So, if you get the speakers to start working their way over to the sound table, we will get this event underway. We are not intimidated. We are not going to back down. We're going to have an event today. How about it? So we'll be starting momentarily once we figure out where all of our speakers are because of the violence and the craziness that's occurring here. So if you are meant to speak at this event, please work your way over to the sound table.
Are we having fun yet? All right.
Of course, you don't want to talk to the first time.
Mark Sahady, John Hugo. Please come over to the sound table. Mark Sahady, John Hugo.
I'm here.
Just to recap, we're the peaceful protest against Democrat violence. Guess who was just engaging in violence across the street? Hint, hint, not us. We're not here to be violent. They're here to be violent. We're going to have ourselves a peaceful protest.
Those in power, they seek to divide us, divide us. They don't want to see citizens united, not united. It's all a part of their plan. But we've got to shake up this land. Stand up and take part to take back the heart of the nation. This is America. Of the I sing. Well, this is America. Let freedom ring. Yeah, this is America. Of the I sing. Yeah, this is America. Let freedom ring.
Woo! Love it. You know, this is such a contrast between your message and theirs over there. We're here to be the peaceful protest against violence. What are they doing? They've already had a...
What your political party is, don't you want to be free and safe to speak your mind without someone attacking you? This is, okay, they have every right to speak.
Yep.
We let them speak, we don't attack them.
Notice how we speak without being violent, whereas over there, they've already fought the police.
That's not speaking, that's violence, that's actions.
They've already had a fight with the police, and we're just getting started today. They were over there battling with the police earlier.
I mean, and they obviously outnumber us, and they're just like a big batch of bullies. Like to silence us from talking.
Well, they're not going to silence us. In fact, we're going to catch our event and their reaction on live stream today. Guys, if you're just joining us now, we're at Boston Public Library. We're at our peaceful protest.
We're having a
against Democrat
peaceful
violence.
protest here. On the other side, obviously, they need the police to control them because they're not being peaceful. There's nothing wrong with a peaceful protest, and that's in our rights in the Constitution. But violence towards other citizens for simply speaking their own rights is not right. And you people should end up in trouble because you're not supposed to assault another person.
Right on, right on.
We're going to be starting momentarily with the national anthem. We're just getting everybody together right now. I know that all of our protesters are dying to hear the national anthem because they're such patriotic, freedom-loving Americans. They appreciate their free speech. They just don't want to tolerate it for ourselves. But we will be starting momentarily with Mr. Johnson here performing the national anthem. A few more minutes though, Sam.
Sabrina Campbell is here.
Give me all. You got some serious balls to come here. I do.
Rail, I'm so happy you're okay.
Lovely thing.
Yeah.
Get picture of us together.
Good to see you. Oh, yes.
You two look great together.
You're very lucky to live in America where you're allowed to And as long as it's America, you'll still be allowed to speak. But if you keep this up, no one will be arrested. Violence is not okay.
No, we gotta get it on film. We just gotta get that on film. Go to the fair, go to the fair.
Well, so much for peaceful on their side.
Yep, so much for peaceful.
Right. You live streaming too?
Yep. We're gonna make sure I record everything, just in case something happens.
Okay, so at 12:25, we're talking in 3 minutes. We're going to get this started. And I ask that all of our supporters turn around and face the library. Put your backs to these protesters. We'll have a couple members of security looking at them. We will get a heads up if something happens. We will let you know. But once we get started, we want to ignore them. They want our attention. They want to ruin our event. That's not the way that this works. They will not win. We are going to say our message. We're going to go home in peace. They're going to demonstrate who the real agitators are in the country. So please, once we get started, turn around and face the library so that we can have a good event and everybody can hear and pay attention to what is being said. Thanks again. We're going to start in like 2 minutes.
Wow, so as you can see,
Well, we just had some violent interaction between police and counter-protesters a second ago, as you probably noticed. It's hard to see exactly what's going on, but... And here comes the paddy wagon. Okay.
Brothers, brothers, song we sing, and feel the way we die. We can make a mountain ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, and this will surely pass. When the one who left us here, alas, we are but a moment waiting in their grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing,
They sound like a bunch of dying
well,
crows.
you will understand. You hold the keys to love and heal, all in your trembling hands. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one right now, right now.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for coming out here today. My name is Samson Rajapi. I'm one of the founders of Super Happy Fun America. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone, I know this is awkward, put your backs to the protesters and face the library. We will station a few members of security behind you. We will let you know if there's a security concern. You will find out. We trust Boston Police Department. We've been working with them for the past few years to have these events. They will address any issues that we're concerned about. They're out there in their riot gear right now, so don't feel insecure. Face the library, put your backs to these protesters, and we're going to begin with the national anthem performed by my good friend. I'm going to call you my good friend. I hope you don't mind. SJ.
Okay, see if I can get. I'm gonna get the shot with the flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly and rocking the red glare above bursting in air gave room through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. The brave. You're the man. All right, next up on our agenda is we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance because we believe in American values and freedom. So there's nothing wrong with facing the flag and saying that I pledge allegiance to it. So I'm going to lead with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I hope you follow along. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, now I'd like to introduce Mr. John Hugo, President of Super Happy Fun America. He is going to MC this event, I believe. Welcome, John Hugo. Thank you.
Friends, patriots, my fellow Americans, we are here today to push back against the madness which has engulfed our nation. It is the 11th hour, just 2 weeks from Election Day, an election that might fundamentally transform our country into something which is unrecognizable. Who are the enemies of America? Billionaires, globalist billionaires funding these people out here who are rioting, paid rioters. Soros, who funds DAs all over the country, including our own, Rachel Rollins, who dismissed 9 assault charges against police at the Straight Pride Parade. We support our hard-working men of law enforcement, and we will not tolerate this behavior any longer. We're drawing a line in the sand. Who are the enemies of America? These professors who are teaching our children to be unpatriotic, that America is a bad place. Well, we know it is the greatest country in human history. We split the atom. We put a man on the moon. We freed Europe from Nazi aggression. We freed Asia from enslavement by Japan. We are a great country and we should be proud. And they're not teaching our children that anymore, are they? And that's sad. Who are the enemies of America? Facebook, Twitter, censoring us. Every member of our leadership has been suspended this month. Bao Chow Kelly, Mark Sahady, banned from Facebook. Why? Because it's election time and they're putting their finger on the scale. And we don't want that. We want to crack down on the abuse by these big tech companies who are working for the Democrats, who are working against freedom of speech, who have done an end runs around our Constitution, especially our First Amendment. We say, no more, we're fighting back. We support President Trump. Let's hear it for President Trump. We know how corrupt Joe Biden is. And we know how big tech is trying to suppress the story of the emails found on Hunter Biden's laptop. Well, by trying to suppress it, they've made it 10 times bigger. And we're going to push it and push it and push it. And don't believe these polls. The same polls that lied to you last time are lying to you this time. They're manufacturing opinions with polling. Who are the enemies of America? The violent Marxists, mostly white kids who were saying they're for Black Lives America. Come on, man, as Joe Biden would say. We got all the diversity here. Look around you. They call us white supremacists. We've got black people, Arabic people, Jewish people, Asian people, gay people, straight people. We've got it all. Over there, a bunch of virtue signaling white kids who don't respect the police. And let's give it up for our police who are working hard to protect our First Amendment rights. Are you telling me because a drug addict, George Floyd, who had enough fentanyl in his system to kill an elephant, that's why we have to burn down our whole country? Give me a break. We need law and order. We support law and order. And we are going to stand behind the hard-working men and women of law enforcement who are doing a fantastic job. Without them, we wouldn't be able to exercise our rights. Without that thin blue line, there would be chaos. Right. So this is a call to arms, people. We can no longer be Facebook warriors. We need to get out on the streets and fight back against those who would stop us from having access to the public square. And speaking of the public square, Facebook is the de facto public square these days. So if we're banned from Facebook, we're banned from free speech. So Congress has to act. We can't allow this to happen anymore. And finally, who is the enemy of the people? The press is the enemy of the people because it is monolithic, it is leftist, it is groupthink, and they lie, lie, lie. The fourth estate has indeed become a fifth column, and we don't like the press because it's not free, and it's not true, and it's fake, just like President Trump says. So thank you, Patriots, for coming here and helping us push back. Without you, it would not be possible. This is an awesome rally. I'd now like to present the Vice President of Super Happy Fun America, a combat veteran, a captain from Afghanistan War. He fought for his country and has had to suffer for his activism. Captain Mark Sahady.
Thank you very much, John. All right, well, today we are here to peacefully protest against the violence of the Democrat Party. Democrats have been fanning the flames of hate and division against Trump supporters ever since our great president was elected. Antifa, they are the paramilitary wing of the Democrat Party. They are a hope. Can you hear me? Okay. They are a hope. This is working.
You got such a booming voice.
I guess I got a booming voice. Okay.
So as I was saying, Democrats, Antifa and BLM, they are the paramilitary force of the Democrat Party, a wholly owned subsidiary. They are here to silence us and end our free speech. Does everyone know what happened yesterday? There were 2 attacks on Trump supporters. There was an attack on a woman in D.C. She just simply attended the Women's March there and had a Trump flag, and they beat her up. Then Patriots tried to have a protest in San Francisco against Twitter, who are censoring conservatives, and Antifa BLM came and attacked those people. One of the organizers, who happened to be black, they knocked his tooth out. They beat those people so severely that they had to end the riot, and they had to end the protest. Well, that's not going to happen here today, because we thank the police for being here to protect us. Now, talking about Democrat violence, the mayor of Boston, Marty Walsh, she's a contributor to that. Does everyone remember the free speech rally from a few years ago? What happened? The mayor instigated violence against those participants. A woman that was on Fox News, they dragged her flag and they dragged her to the ground, an elderly woman. That's what Democrats are doing. That's what Mayor Marty Walsh instigated. He dog whistled to the far left by calling those free speech people racist. They called them white supremacists. That was all fake. They did the same thing to us at our parade last year, the Straight Pride Parade. Everyone remember that? Democrats with their media allies, they instigated violence against our parade. Guess what? There were 36 arrests at that parade. How many prosecutions from DA Rachel Wallace, Democrat? Zero, that's right. Isn't that ridiculous? So what Democrats are doing, they will arrest you if you violate their lockdown. But if you want to go out on the streets and conduct violence and protest, they encourage you. They tell you to go out there and beat up Trump supporters to intimidate us. And then what do? If you defend yourself, they will prosecute you. They will prosecute you. Not only will they prosecute you, Democrats will pay you a bail if you are violent. At the State Pride Parade last year, AOC got her supporters to pay the bail of those that were arrested. Isn't this ridiculous? I think so. All over the nation right now, Democrat elected district attorneys, they are prosecuting people for simply defending themselves. We all know about Kyle Rittenhouse, right? What happened there? He was attacked and hunted down by a mob. And then he had to defend himself after being hit in the head with a skateboard. And now he's arrested and prosecuted. This is ridiculous. If you're a motorist and you are trying to drive away from one of these so-called peaceful protests, you don't know how violent they are, Democrats will prosecute you if you happen to even skim and barely touch someone with your car. So they're telling you, if you are attacked by their violent mob, that you are expected to lay down and die. Not only that, they will take away your guns. Democrats will defund and destabilize the police force. And then when you defend yourself, they will arrest you and prosecute you. What about Jake Garland? Are we familiar with that case down in Omaha? Jake was a combat veteran. He served 2 tours in Iraq, PTSD. He was simply trying to defend his family's bar, and what happened? BLM, Antifa, thugs came. They knocked him to the ground. They pushed his father around. They tried to choke him. He didn't want to fire his weapon, but what did he do? He was forced to fire his weapon in self-defense. And unfortunately, one of the BLM Antifa thugs had to die. The district attorney, he looked at the footage there, he looked at the evidence, and it was obvious that Jake fired in self-defense. So he said, clearly a case of self-defense, he didn't prosecute. What did Democrats do? They sent their mobs out in the street. They said, if you don't prosecute this guy, we are going to burn your city down. Guess what? They appointed a special prosecutor, a Democrat, of course, and the special prosecutor said, you know something, it wasn't self-defense, and he indicted Jake. Now remember, this is a guy with PTSD. For defending his family's business, they were trying to destroy his life, and they were trying to put him in prison for life. So unfortunately, in a horrible situation, he committed suicide. That's terrible. You would think everyone would have sympathy for this guy. Instead, Democrats and Antifa and BLM, they celebrated his death. Even elected Democrats in Nebraska celebrated his death. These are the type of people that you cannot elect. We do not want these people running the country. They will destroy it. They will destroy our nation, and they will destroy our Constitution. So now we are looking at the situation here. We are not going to give in to the Democrat violence. We are not going to trade our Constitution. We are going to defend our Constitution. We are not going to let them take our guns. We are not going to let them destroy us. If they try to come to us and destroy us, we are going to fight back. Make no mistake about it, our nation is suffering a Marxist revolution. And when Marxists are coming to your nation, you don't back down, you do not negotiate, you do not seek dialogue, you rise up and you defeat them! So I want to thank you for coming out today and coming in the nice weather and supporting us in peacefully protesting Democrat violence, which we will continue to do. Super Happy Fun America is committed to this cause. Thank you very much.
You know, we wave the American flag and they burn it. We respect the police and they insult them. The difference of night and day, and that's what this election is all about. So get out and vote in person. Don't do that mail-in stuff. Those ballots are disappearing. Our next speaker, not only can he sing, but wait till you hear this guy talk. He puts us all to shame. Give it up to Sam Johnson.
Once upon a time, I was one of them. In 2017, I was among the 40,000 people who marched against Boston free speech. The reason I was there is because of what the media told me. I went there with no understanding of the people I was protesting. It wasn't until months later that things started to change. In 2018, I met some of the people that I protested against back in 2017. In my conversation with them, I started to find out how much of the mainstream media has been lying to us. I realized I was protesting free speech activists and not neo-Nazis. In 2019, I spoke at a pro-life rally where I was assaulted by a transgender person. This was another key moment in my transition away from the left and the Democratic Party. Later in 2019, when I marched in straight pride as an openly gay man, it was clear. When I looked out and saw those protesting against me, I realized that the far left I was once part of is full of hatred, anger, and bitterness, as you can see. Earlier this year, I was pushed back by a Black Lives Matter activist. To this day, the Democratic Party is not condemning their violence against police and American citizens. The crowd over there went from being my friends to some of my worst enemies simply because I think for myself. They have been taught to hate people like me. Their hatred for anything remotely outside of their box is being fueled by the mainstream media and much of academia. Meanwhile, many of those that I was taught to hate are freedom-loving American citizens, and we share the same values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As a college graduate myself, I understand the difference between schooling and education, because learning doesn't stop once you earn a degree. If Black Lives Matter, don't be afraid to question what you've been told by a professor, no matter what title they have. My message to Black Lives Matter: if Black Lives Matter, stop supporting the party that is responsible for the systemic racism that you claim exists. If Black Lives Matter, stop fighting against the police that are here to protect and serve black communities. If Black Lives Matter, stop telling black people what to think and let us think for ourselves. You say that silence is violence. Well, let me tell you something. Your silence where black babies are being aborted is violence. Your silence where black people are killed by other black people is violence. Your silence when Joe Biden has no answer for the 1994 crime bill is violence. Your silence when Kamala Harris can't answer for the black victims she prosecuted and locked up is violence. Your silence when a gay Trump supporter was killed in Fall River, Massachusetts this past July is violence. His name was Jesse Owsley. Say his name. I am a black man and I denounce Black Lives Matter. I am a gay man and I denounce the LGBTQ alphabet mafia. If Black Lives Matter, the time to denounce the anti-black Democratic Party is now. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the Democrats have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the Democrats have got to go!
Give it up for Sam Johnson, my hero. Now we have a special guest to talk to you about the pandemic. Michael Green, come up here.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Sam and John and everyone, for the opportunity to address you all today. My name is Rabbi Michael Green. I'm a spiritual leader of a congregation and the director of the Chabad Center in Westborough, Massachusetts. I find it fascinating that I stand before you today with a bunch of individuals across the street who are attempting to silence me and calling me a fascist. I find that ironic since my ancestors were murdered by fascists and by communists. And I am here today in the United States of America to escape people like you. Generally, I shy away from stating political views in public. As a rabbi, I need to be apolitical. However, in the morally convoluted and turbulent times that we currently live in, I have a moral obligation to speak out. We are currently facing an existential threat, the likes of which we have never seen before here in the United States of America. Which threat, you ask? No, I'm not talking about any virus, but something far more dangerous. The threat is unprecedented medical tyranny. So-called pandemics are the favorite tool of tyrants. Throughout the world, oppressive regimes are tightening the noose around on political dissidents in the name of COVID courtesy. Shockingly, here in the United States is no different. As we speak, the First Amendment is under attack. Just 100 years ago, the Soviet Union declared a so-called New World Order. Under the banner of communism, all religion was declared non-essential. The Soviets began a program of banning all forms of religion, public religion. You were not permitted to keep religion in your home, people were told not, people were told, but not in public and no gatherings. Nearly everyone complied. Most rabbis were silent and advised their adherents to flee to the Soviet Union for freer countries. One fearless man refused to comply. His name was Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. He dared to defy the dictates of the Stalinist regime and inspired his adherents to do the same. He was arrested and incarcerated. His initial death sentence was commuted to a lifelong exile in a remote Asian province. But miraculously, due to intense international pressure, the Rebbe was liberated in June of 1927. It was due to the Rebbe's selfless heroism that Judaism survived the 70 years of intense religious persecution in the former Soviet Union. My friends, we are currently experiencing a similar assault on religion in general and on Judaism in particular, right here in the United States. As we speak, Jews in New York State are under siege. They are not free to gather for worship or to educate their children. This is all taking place while Muslims are free to gather and worship, and Black Lives Matter folks are allowed to gather and protest, or even for rioting and looting. This is unspeakable. Religion has been deemed non-essential by governments and public health ideologues. Some religions, that is. But what is essential for them? Rioting, looting, and lawlessness. Please don't say that the government is acting out of concern for our well-being. That is patently false and cynically misleading. In fact, it's just the opposite. The government never cared about our well-being, but only about its own power. Their so-called public health policy cares little about the public's actual health. And that's why our children are being exposed to untold poisons in our society in what has become a veritable toxic soup. Glyphosate, pesticides, carcinogens, aluminum, fluoride, you name it. Skyrocketing cases of autoimmune disorders, diabetes, cancer, autism, and not a word from the so-called public health ideologues. Do you know why that is? It's simple. Because you can't catch cancer from someone else, or autism, or Crohn's disease. They only care about one thing, a disease that's allegedly contagious. It doesn't matter if the disease has a survival rate of 99.9%. It doesn't matter that this disease is far less dangerous than cancer, let's say. The mere possibility that it's contagious is all they need. That provides them with a pretense to interfere with your freedoms, your autonomy. Because the most virulent, malignant, and dangerous notion in our generation is the concocted idea of asymptomatic transmission. It gives government the most coveted authority. They cannot interfere with our essential liberties. They try to ban our gatherings, freedom to protest. They shut down our houses of worship and our schools. They can keep us prisoner in our own homes or worse. My friends, none of this is even remotely constitutional. We have a Bill of Rights. It's time to assert our rights. The government may not interfere with our First Amendment rights or any essential human rights without exercising strict scrutiny. There's absolutely no strict scrutiny with regards to any single COVID policy. There is no science here. It's all based on fear and control. They tell us that children need to wear masks because of what they call asymptomatic transmission. But Dr. Fauci himself tells us that there's no such thing as asymptomatic transmission. So why are they forcing masks on our faces? They tell us pre-symptomatic transmission. But wait a second. We are also told that children hardly ever show symptoms for this disease. So if they can't be symptomatic, then they can't be pre-symptomatic by the same token. So why are they forcing 2-year-olds to wear masks all day? Why are they forcing 5-year-olds into isolation? When I ask doctors, they tell me it's for uniformity. They want everyone in society to conform. I say exactly, just like in the Soviet Union. The tyrants crave conformity, and that's why they're so annoyed by religion. Because religion holds you to a higher standard. I answer to God Almighty, and not to any human overlord. And that's no good for tyrants, so religion has to be declared not essential. But it's not just religion under siege. Humanity is under siege. That's why the governor shut down health food stores for 3 months while he let liquor stores open. He shut down our small businesses but allowed large corporations to operate. He shut down our schools and kept our children glued to computer screens. Our elders were condemned to isolation and loneliness. Hydroxychloroquine was banned and doctors who dissented were censored. This is not about what's good for our well-being. It's all about tyranny. The fact that this is happening right here in Massachusetts is shocking. We were the first colony to rebel against British tyranny. We were the first state of the Union to recognize our communal obligation to educate all children. That's right. Massachusetts was the first state to pass a comprehensive education law in 1789. That education of children became a communal responsibility. And here we are over 2 centuries later, slacking off on our duty to educate our children in the name of an insidious policy of lockdown with no strict scrutiny or scientific basis. In fact, our legislature right here has been attempting to violate our precious religious freedoms by eliminating religious exemptions to mandatory vaccine policy, or at least by making it more difficult. And now our governor has mandated the flu shot for all children, including babies. This is an egregious assault on our First Amendment. Sadly, there is one specific party that has become the party of medical tyranny. The other party is not completely innocent, however. Just look at our governor, who has brazenly trampled our First Amendment rights by making the flu shot, by mandating the flu shot. However, today, I would like to thank our law enforcement officers who are keeping us safe and allowing us the sacred right of freedom of speech. But I'd like to appeal to the moral conscience of all the men and women who serve in our police force and in our government, and any medical personnel who might be here as well. In case you haven't been asked already, in the near future, you will be asked to commit an act of violence or tyranny against innocent and defenseless individuals. They will ask you to enforce an unjust mask policy, or a social distancing policy, or even worse, their corrupt vaccine policy. Do not listen. Do not heed such unjust orders. Remember that you answer to God Almighty above all else. The upcoming COVID vaccine and the entire mandated vaccine policy is an egregious violation of morality, the moral and ethical code for all humanity known as the 7 Noahide lies in the Bible. All lives matter, especially the lives of infants, the most innocent and vulnerable among us. Our babies don't deserve to be cut open like laboratory animals with their hearts beating with no pain medication. We cannot allow this horrific death toll to continue. And at the very least, we must resist the government's cruel efforts to impose these morally dubious products on us. I'm referring to human cell lines. But there are a lot more dubious products in contemporary vaccines that are morally dubious. Our nation's motto has always been, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses who burns to breathe free. Apparently, we are no longer guaranteed the right to breathe free anymore here in Massachusetts. No pun intended. With their nefarious medical tyranny, our Commonwealth is attempting to create a new population of huddled masses whom they are deliberately marginalizing simply because of our detailed personal beliefs, which are protected by the First Amendment. Senators and representatives, don't trample our First Amendment rights. Don't collaborate with pharma. My body, my choice. Our bodies, our choices, and we mean it. We must end these unjust COVID policies right now. Our precious freedoms hang in the balance. There's too much at stake. Vote wisely. Thank you.
Hold round of applause. So long, Rabbi. Thank you very much. We have everybody in our group welcome. We love everybody from everywhere. The only race we believe in is the human race. Now, I'd like to introduce you all to whom we like to call the General, Bouchow Kelly. Amazing woman. Here she is.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Super Happy Fun America for organizing this great event today. This is a peaceful protest, and can you hold this for me, John? Please, thank you. Yeah. So, sorry.
Don't worry about it.
So, I'm from Vietnamese American for Trump, and I'm John Kelly. So, you can see how racist this group is. They got Asian Americans, they got Black Americans, all in here. And yet the media said Super Happy Fun America is racist. Do I look like a racist to you? Right? Oh, right? Okay. So, we are here for a peaceful protest. Peaceful protest across the street and across America. Can you hear us loud and clear? This is our First Amendment right. We have the right to assembly peacefully, speaking up our opinion. And I am women for Trump. I'm women for Trump. And because he makes America great. Again and again, ladies and gentlemen, President Trump makes America great, and I am so happy to be here to let the whole world know, because President Trump works for Americans every day, so we can be here on a Sunday morning instead of somewhere else to tell everyone to please go vote with your conscience. If you are an American, you go vote on November 3rd. Vote straight Republican. Okay? That is your job. That is my job. My duty. Your duties as an American. Okay? And let's tell you something. I am safe here to stand here to talk because of the police out there defending our lives, our properties every day. Every day. So they are our heroes. Police are our heroes. All lives matter. Can you hear us loud and clear? Black lives matter, Asian lives matter, American lives matter, babies' lives matter, and all lives matter. So let me tell you something else today. I would like to exercise my freedom of speech. It's fill that seat. Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Fill that seat. You hear? All senators must vote to fill Judge Barrett to replace Judge Ginsburg. That is something. It's for a woman. I am an Asian American woman here. And I tell you, listen to our voice as a woman, a minority woman, fill that seat. Can you hear us loud and clear? Okay, and as a Vietnamese American refugee, a political refugee, we are political refugees, legal political refugees. We are anti-communist. So stop the communists, stop the terrorists. of speech. But I don't, because you know why? Look around you. They break the fence down to try to stop my voice. And Facebook has been blocking me for 30 days. All of my accounts, because I shared the truth about Hunter Biden and his emails that proving he got $10 billion or something just to arrange a meeting with Joe Biden, his father, and the vice president at that time. So, just because you share the truth, it's hurting Biden's campaign. They shut my voice. They shut our voice. That is violence. That's not peaceful. We're losing our First Amendment right. So I'm standing here and I want all the media to report this. Give our right back. This is the U.S. Constitution. If they want Facebook and Twitter want to be a publisher, they should be a publisher. They should have all this immunity to shut our voice because of some community standards. But if you share fake news about President Trump, nobody's stopping you. No one. Only when it comes to Biden, they shut us down. So I want to be free or die. America, come back, liberate us from these communist Democrats. And who's leading us is our great President Trump. Trump 10, 2020, Trump 10. And last thing is, I would like to ask for your help, please. I am from the great state of New Hampshire, and I go to Jersey and Massachusetts. I love all states in America, and right now, please do help New Hampshire to elect Copley Square for U.S. Senate for the next 6 years to replace Democrat D.C. Jean Shaheen, so that the next 6 years, he can help President Trump. He has been endorsed by President Trump, Copley Square. So please go hold side on November 3rd for him. Do whatever you can as Americans. And please do vote for Matt Myers, the U.S. Congress District 1 in New Hampshire, endorsed by President Trump also. Please campaign and hold side for him. We have a great chance to win in New Hampshire. And the last one is, where's that side? That's, hold on. Yeah. Steve Negron. Steve Negron is U.S. Congress candidate, Republican District 2 in New Hampshire. Vote and help him out. Thank you so much. These people will protect our freedom, our constitutional right, and our voice. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless America.
That's the general right there, General Kelly. Our next guest needs no introduction. World famous radio show host, Henry Rollin. Give it up.
World famous, how I wish. Hello everyone, my name is Henry Roman, and you do not need to adjust the color on your screen. I have a permanent tan. I want to say thank you. And you know what? I want to say thank you to the people on the other side, because they are exercising their First Amendment rights. For you young people on the other side, thank you for coming in today. You know, I don't like violence, and I'm going to tell you why. But I fully support you expressing yourselves. For those of you who are musically inclined, banging your drums, I don't know, maybe you need to go back to school. But I will say this, I thank you very much. There was a gentleman that I was yelling at. He and I engaged in a tirade. I want to apologize to him. Unfortunately, I am Puerto Rican. And sometimes my Irish gets up. So I want to apologize to that young man. Probably wasn't my best hour, but I'm human. I'm 60 years old. I'm a veteran. I have 3 kids. I have a job. I'm a regular guy. I have problems with my hand. I can't hear out of my left ear. My knee hurts in the winters, which are way too long in Massachusetts. But there was a time I was a young man. And as a young man, I saw a city the size of Boston burn to the ground. I saw destruction everywhere I looked for miles. I saw tens of thousands of people with no homes. I saw people begging on the streets for food. I saw dead piled on top of each other. I saw things that I never want to see again. Humans killing other humans because a generation or 2 generations ago, they decided to call God by another name. And they used that as justifications to butcher each other. And I'm here to tell you there's another way. You're not my enemies. To my friends, the 3s that are here, thank you for being here. To my brothers, the Proud Boys that said they were going to be here to back me up, I thank you as well. I want to tell you something. When I look on the other side, I see young people. 5 years ago, they were probably playing in my pool. 2 years ago, they're probably hanging out with my son who's right here playing video games. You're not my enemy. Those of you that have seen me, like people who said they wanted to kick my ass. A young guy, 22 years old, wants to kick a 60-year-old wounded veteran. Do you really want to do that? I'm here to ask you. I'm here to ask my young people on the other side. I hope you're listening to me. I can be your father. I could be your uncle. You're not my enemy. I'm not your enemy. You know who my enemy is? My enemy is ignorance. My enemy is injustice. My enemy are people who put me down simply because of the color of my skin and do not judge me by the content of my character. That ignorance is my enemy. People who will put me down simply because I didn't go to their same school. If you think that's your enemy too, fight with me. That's the struggle we're fighting. This is America. You have the right to protest. It's guaranteed to you. I encourage it. Yell all you want. Scream all you want. Fight me. But not physically. Because you're my family. You're my family. And we may be on opposite sides. But I'm going to tell this young person over there, and I'm pointing to you, I love you. I love you, and I'm glad that you're here. I don't want to make any trouble with you. I want to talk with you. I want you to talk to me. I'm willing to listen. Well, actually, I'm willing to listen to my good ear, because I can't hear you from my left ear. Too many rounds of ammunition went off in that ear. I'm here to listen. I want you to talk to me. I believe in my Second Amendment rights. I'm a combat veteran, and I'm going to show you my weapons right now. Excuse me, I'm going to walk over here for a moment. I am heavily armed, and I'm going to show you my weapons. These are my weapons. Will you engage with me? I've got a piece of cardboard. I've got a cushion. I'm going to go across on the other side. I'm going to lay the cardboard down. I'm going to sit on it. And I want you young people, I hope you can see me. I want you young people to sit down and talk with me. I'm not scary. I'm an old man. I could be your father. I could be your uncle. You know, that's being disrespectful, young lady. You know, that's the last thing I want to say. I have no desire for anger. I have no desire for violence. Can I fight? Yes. Will I fight? Yes. Do I want to fight? No! I have no desire to fight my brothers and sisters. Why provoke us? I don't want to provoke you. One last thing. The Bible says, do not provoke your children to anger, lest they become discouraged. You people are discouraged. You young people are discouraged. I understand that. Forgive me. Please forgive us if we've done that to you. But we want the same things you do. I want a country where my grandkids can come to Copley Square 20 years from now and say, Grandpa, is this the place where you made a complete fool of yourself? And I'm going to say, yes, I did. I did. I beg you, let us not go down the path of destruction. Let us instead engage in respectful dialogue. Let us be Americans.
Thank you for that moving speech.
We have a lot of veterans here today, and we love our veterans. They made that unique sacrifice, just like the men and women of law enforcement. They put their lives on the line for us every day, and we have nothing but respect. And I'd like you to give it up for the chairman of Super Happy Fun America, who, without him, these events would absolutely not be possible, because he keeps all of this together. Combat veteran Sergeant Samson Ratrapi.
Thank you, John. So today, the theme of today's event is peaceful protest against Democrat violence. And you know what? They're proving our point. I just got word a few minutes ago that one of our own guys was hit in the face and slightly injured just off to the right over here. It's apparently on Facebook Live. We've already had an injury today. So I ask that you all, when we do leave here today, you do so in groups, do so safely. And my speech isn't really going to be that entertaining. It's going to be a recounting of some of the events that we've done over the past few years. Because we do this all the time. These protesters show up, they use violence, they get arrested, people get hurt. I just kind of want to talk about that real quick. It sounds cliche, you know, we hear this all the time. When I signed up for the military, I swore an oath to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that oath did not expire when I left the military. And when I heard that there was a free speech rally coming to Boston in August of 2017, it's actually the second one, there was one in May, I said I had to be there because I knew that our Bill of Rights and our Constitution was under attack for a long time. And when these protesters show up, if that's what we want to call them, that's very generous to call them protesters. When they show up and they say that they're shutting down white supremacists and Nazis and fascists from speaking hate in their communities, and the media gives them cover, I knew I had to see for myself to find out what's going on. And so I went there in Boston, August of 2017. There were 40,000 people on the Boston Common trying to shut down these so-called fascists. Not one of them were fascists. They're people who are just like you. They're conservatives and libertarians who believe in free speech. They believe in equality. They believe in the free exchange of ideas and political discourse. What happened that day? 33 arrests. Numerous counts of assault and battery against police officers. Disorderly conduct. There was one guy on our side that was arrested. He had a concealed weapon on him. He was not aware of it. He went through a security checkpoint. The police picked up on it. They arrested him. What did the media focus on? The fact that one guy had a concealed weapon at that event. So that's 33 arrests. Let me just pull up my list, because I had to actually sit down and make a list to keep track of all the events we've done. A few months later in November, we went back to the Boston Common to do that again. 3 more arrests happened there. One police officer was assaulted. He went to the hospital with minor injuries. Again, hey, these protesters are making a lot of noise. Can we make some noise? Make some noise if you're a Trump supporter. Trump 2020. Make some noise if you believe in American values like the United States Constitution. How about equality? Do you believe you're better than anyone else because of the color of your skin? Boo! We don't believe that at all. We denounce white supremacy and Nazi and fascism. The only fascists that are here today are across the street. They believe in intellectual fascism. If you don't believe what they believe, they think it's justified to use violence against you. And that's wrong. We denounce that. Even though they're wrong and they believe in communism and Marxism, I bet every single person here today will be willing to sit down and have a conversation with them without resorting to violence and hatred.
Can we say the same for them? No. Anyways, December of 2017, Mark Gray, the guy wrote a book called The Anti-Fascist Handbook. He did an event in Copley Square. We had 3 protesters show up there with American flags and Trump flags. They went outside to have a conversation with these guys. A group followed them and beat Matthias Thorpe down until he was hospitalized. An Air Force veteran. He was hospitalized. He doesn't come to these events anymore because of that. It's crazy. I'm almost done. August of 2018, we went to Providence. This is something that I'm going to remember for a long time. We went to Providence. We set up a sound system. We tried to have an event. The protesters tore down our canopy. Our sound system got destroyed. It was all smashed up. We had to leave, kind of disgraced, because we didn't get to have our event. It was pouring rain. The police deployed horses. They had horse-mounted patrols there. The protesters picked up horse crap and threw it at us. They threw it at us. They threw it at the police. There was one arrest there. Inside the mall when we were leaving, we got followed by a group of Antifa, and I got hit on the back of the head by a bike lock. I could have been killed that day. Whatever. Part of what we do here. I don't know, man. I lose sleep at night sometimes thinking about the threat that we are experiencing in this country. The Marxist threat, the fact that we grew up in a country where we told one another that we believe in the free exchange of ideas, that we can disagree and still go home and have a drink at the end of the day. What happened to that? What happened to that? College, the professors. Marxism has infiltrated every single facet of our society. And they're telling young people that they are justified to use violence against those that they disagree with because of the phantom white supremacist boogeyman that they made up and doesn't even really exist. Now there are some, and we denounce them too. If there was an issue with violence being instigated by the right, we'd be speaking out against that as well. But you know what? What we see here today is an example of exactly what we're talking about. The violence is across the street. The violence is instigated against police officers. It's levied against conservatives. And what are we supposed to do? Just take it? We're going to take this forever? I say no. We're not going to take it. We're going to keep on showing up and using our voices and talk about what we believe in. The Straight Pride Parade. 36 arrests. Numerous counts of assault and battery against police officers. Not one of them was prosecuted in the court of law. DA Rachel Rollins let them go. They went to the Supreme Judicial Court to let these violent protesters go. What kind of message does this send to the police? What kind of message does this send to freedom-loving Americans like you and I? It tells us we shouldn't go to these events because of fear of being violently assaulted against. It has a chilling effect on our free speech. And I'm willing to bet when we go home today, we're going to hear that more arrests happened across the street. We don't even know. I saw a police officer getting hit. I don't even know if that guy was arrested. It drives me nuts. So in conclusion, I just wanted to, this is kind of a fun fact. Over the years, we have been either directly or indirectly responsible for 82 arrests at these events. All we want to do is talk about issues that are happening in society. How bad is that? Thank you all for coming out here today. We are Super Happy Fun America. If you want to get in touch with our organization, go on superhappyfunamerica.com or go on our Facebook event page. We have
in that gray line.
Yeah, I know.
What just happened here? Okay. So we are concluding. Please go home safe and sound. Leave these protesters alone. Don't engage them. They prove our point every single time. Which side believes in equality and which side believes in fascism. They are the fascists.
That's a tough act to follow. Samson Rachopi, I Heroes. We're going to have another tune now from our fabulous singer. Just to have a little fun before the final speech from our special guest. Check 1, 2.
I don't want no woman taking my liberty away. I don't want no woman taking my liberty away. And I don't need big brother telling me what I can and cannot say. Yeah, they're coming from the left, and they're stomping on our right. Yeah, they're coming in from the left, and
Brandon was punched in the face. It's on video, and they can't make an arrest, they said, because the cop didn't see it. I never heard of that. We have it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Is he okay? I said, people, let's get back to living, yeah, and then this lockdown right away. And if they ask, tell them this is the USA, the land of the free and the home of the brave. And I love the USA.
Hey, Samson! Sam! They need you. They need you. What happened?
We're here on behalf of free speech.
We're good.
All set. Free speech for all! Okay, we're going to let David step in and make a quick announcement about a March for Life, something we all support.
How's it going, everyone? Real quick, I also want to run over what the Roe Act entails, which is something that we've been fighting for a while here in Massachusetts, and which the Biden-Harris administration would want to push on a federal level. Basically everything we're opposing here. So the Roe Act removes protections for newborn babies after a failed abortion, infanticide, eliminates parental or adult supervision and consent for a minor undergoing an abortion. Meanwhile, children need to get permission from parents to get a Tylenol at school. It allows abortions on viable babies to be performed outside of a hospital, basically a back alley abortion, which I think most of you oppose. Uses your tax dollars to fund abortions, reallocating funds from our Healthy Start program and program aiding underprivileged women during pregnancy to reduce infant and maternal mortality. Last year at the Walk for Life, we had urine thrown on some people, basically got milkshaked with some, I guess it was supposed to look like blood, as if the blood is on our hands. 7 arrests were made. Guess what? It wasn't on this side, it was on the other side. So this year there's a virtual Walk for Life, which I think is stupid. But sign up, pledge, raise some money, and there will be a real grassroots Walk for Life. And if you're on the email list, you'll find out the whereabouts and the time of that. And it's early next month. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. We have a very special lady here today. Rayla Campbell, running for Congress against
far left lunatic, the bald one, what's her name? Ayanna Presley. Oh, exactly. Rayla was assaulted by Black Lives Matter people. She was kicked in the head, they broke her leg. I guess Rayla's life doesn't matter to them. What hypocrites? Whose Black Lives Matter anyway? Certainly not aborted black people. Certainly not people who are victims of black-on-black violence. Apparently only criminals have black lives that matter. Because this is an amazing lady. She was brutally beaten. They knocked her down, but she always gets back up again. Let me present Rayla Campbell.
Thank you, everyone. I am Rayla Campbell, and I am running for Congress against Antifa. If we haven't heard or we haven't noticed what has been going on because the media has been so quiet all summer long, I've been harassed. I've been threatened. I've been threatened of gang rape. I've been threatened to have my house shut up. I've been threatened by these people right across the street. I've had my rights completely violated. I've been racially discriminated against, not only from Monica Cannon Grant and her posse, and BLM, and Antifa, and the trolls who are all here today. There's been a target put on my back. Why? Because I am a Catholic. Because I am a Republican. Because I am a strong American woman. Yes, they came down. They circled our rally. 6 different times. Then came into the parking lot to again harass us and try to intimidate us. That did not work. I stand up, I fight back. I am not going to allow anybody to keep putting their hands on me and thinking that they're going to get away with it. I am a strong woman, and I will always stand up for the American values and American way. Slight fracture tibia, no big deal. I did get a minor concussion, but look at me. Where am I? Standing right here against the violence, the Antifa, the radical left called the Democrat Party. They don't care about black lives. They don't care about any lives. All they care about is becoming the biggest communist socialist party on this planet. And we're not going to allow that to happen. We're Bostonians. This is where liberty was born. And we will be damned if we allow it to die here. I am never going to back down. I will always stand up for my people, the American people, the patriots. We don't see skin color. All we see is red, white, and blue. We got a lot of protesters over there because, you know, they got nothing better to do with their lives and they're a little lonely and they need some love. They need to go and pray to God because the red wave is coming. And we are going to make sure that President Trump gets 4 more years. We have the most incredible men and women protecting our streets, protecting us, out here, defending us against you radical, unhinged Democrat freaks. All of you need to go and learn your history. Need to go and start to love your country. You don't even know what it's like to grow up in a strong America because you hate it so much. Why do you hate the country that gives you the freedom to be out there and to be protesting? Why do you hate the country that stands up for liberty and opportunity for all? We are the strongest. Us on this side of the fence. Because we're not going to allow your deranged lunacy to control what the truth is. The truth always comes out, and it always will. And we know how the Democrat Party runs, and the truth will set you free. My name is Rayla Campbell. I am running for Congress against Antifa Ayana, and I'm gonna make sure that the people of Massachusetts have a strong leader that will always protect our rights. God bless America. God bless the people of Massachusetts.
That concludes our day. Thank you, patriots, friends, fellow Americans, for showing up. Super happy Fun America is rising Phoenix-like. We have quadrupled in size, and we're going to quadruple again. We have the most exciting movement in New England, and there's no stopping us when we have people like this in our ranks. We stand shoulder to shoulder, one nation, under God. God bless America. Thank you.
So many out there, they are fighting and rising. We ain't gonna get nowhere with violence. Stop the violence. We're the people and we declare you won't jeopardize our freedom. We'll stand up and we'll defend the rights that we have in the Constitution. So this is America of the I sing. This is America, let freedom ring. So this is America of the I sing. So this is America, let freedom ring. There are those who want to divide us. They don't want citizens united, not united. It's all a part of their plan. But we've got to take back our land. Wake up and take part. Take back the heart of our nation. This is America.
Yeah, it does the trick. $60.